guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, glad to be back, finally back in the rhythm of things. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Holidays. Okay, so today I really want to do a yearly summary wrap-up of the car, of the Maserati Gran Turismo, a yearly review. So we're going to go through reliability, some things that we've been through with the car, just reactions, a lot of stuff. Alright, so first, let's just go through the reactions real quick. So, reactions on this car have been extremely positive. This car draws a lot of attention, a lot more attention than the guys on the forums said, okay? And it does. I've definitely seen people videoing this car, taking pictures of this car on the highway. You consistently get thumbs up, a thumbs up. You get compliments on this car, like if you're sitting in the parking lot, or you know, kids love this car. Even when I was coming to make this video, you know, I had some kids that googling over the car. So, you know, if you definitely want a car that grabs some attention, I would definitely say this is one of those ones. It's definitely a car that people will remember you by this car. So, you know, it's one of those cars that becomes tied to you. You know what I mean? Like, and it does. You know, it's very much a driver's car. Like I said, man, this car gets a ton of attention, more attention than I anticipated. I bought this car really just because I liked it. I liked it in high school. You know, came out the last year. I think I was in high school, something like that. You know, I fell in love with the car then. You know, I'm a big Maserati, Lamborghini, Ferrari fan. I was a Maserati fan from the 80s. Okay, my uncles had a Maserati, a Quattroporte 4, I believe. No, 3. Quattroporte 3. You know, and first time I got in that car, you know, I was sitting in the back seat and my dad was in the front, and he hit the gas, and that thing just took off, pinned me to the back seat. So ever since then, I was just, you know, kind of like obsessed with fast cars and Italian cars. Got all these birds flying around me now. I know what's gonna drop in this car, you know. But even now, there's 2 people walking in front of the car, and one lady's just staring at the grill, trying to figure out what is that. Yeah. So if you like reactions, if you want a car that's gonna get you a lot of attention, or you want a breaknecks, you want that car that's gonna, you know, when you go by it, you know, people do that. This is that car. You know, I don't suspect these cars are gonna stay at the price range that they're at. I just don't see it happening. I see too many other cars that, you know, fit the bill for what I thought would, you know, eventually go up. So if you want a Gran Turismo, I would suggest between this year, next year, and possibly the year after to pick one up, because this is a car that once we do start approaching the ban date, it is one of those cars that you will slowly see them being snatched up, as I'm starting to see with other cars. Slowly, you know, slowly the prices are starting to go up on other cars. So I would suspect this car definitely is gonna go there, especially at the prices that it's at. It's too much car for, you know, 30, 40, 50 grand, 60 grand. You get a lot of cars, 70 grand, and it's still a lot, you know. And it's a Ferrari engine in it, you know. For that money, I don't suspect these are gonna stay there forever. You know, I don't know when. I can't say within the next 5 years they're gonna skyrocket. You know, I'm talking about closer to 2035, guys. Okay, so, you know, as we roll closer to 2035, I do suspect this car will start to jump in value. You know, so yeah, if you want a Gran Turismo for that, I would suggest right now is the perfect time to pick them up. Because put it like this, right? If you guys are in the cars, and I was just looking at them, okay, because I'm very interested in getting one. The W126 Mercedes, the 560 SEC, 500 SEC. If you start to notice the prices on the AMG cars, they're starting to jump ridiculously, okay, like house money. So, you know, if you guys have any doubt that this car is gonna go up, I would bet against you. I would feel very comfortable betting against you that this car won't go up. That's just me. You know what I mean? It's the last Ferrari cross-plane crank engine that's coming from Ferrari. There's no more of them. I don't see any other car brand that had cross-plane cranks in them. Okay, which gives you a muscle car, more muscle car tone. I don't see any more cars that have that. Okay, unless you're talking about a Lancia Thema. Okay, there's no other cars that have cross-plane Ferrari engines. So I think once, you know, this car really kind of catches on, I think for some cars it takes a certain amount of time for it to catch. But I think my generation, I think the generation a little bit underneath me is the one that's really gonna, you know, pump the values of these cars. That's why I don't think it's gonna be within 7 years. I don't know. I can't say that. You know what I mean? 10 years, you're gonna start seeing it. You know, I believe the cars within 10 years will start looking like the European prices. Even the 08s, I think those are gonna probably shoot to about 50, 60 grand. You know, and I think all the sports, the GTSs will shoot back to 100. I think MCs will shoot to about 150, 200 and beyond, because they're not making any more of these cars anymore. There's no more Pininfarina cars that are coming, okay, that are designed. There's no more cars that have a three-way collaboration, okay? This car has a three-way collaboration. The three-way collaboration on this car is that it's Ferrari engine, Maserati badge, Pininfarina design. It's a three-way combination in this car. I don't see too many other cars that's like that. If you guys know of any, put them in the comment section. But I don't see if any cars that's like that. I also think the Quattroporte V, okay, is gonna go up a little bit because, again, there's no more four-door sedans that's gonna sound like the Quattroporte V ever. That's never happening again. I'm gonna try to pick one of those up because the Quattroporte V to me is the equivalent of the V12 AMG. V12 AMG engine. There's no more. There's a dying breed. Okay, so you know, there's no more of these cross-plane Ferrari engines that's coming out, unless you guys know of any. I don't see of any in America. So I believe that because of that, because of Pininfarina, because of Maserati, you know, because of everybody going to electric, I think it's going to stabilize the gas cars. Especially cars that are, you know, more high-end, exotic, whatever have you. You know, with a three-way combination, I don't really think you can beat it. If you look at all the old Maseratis, they all go up, you know, crazy value. So, crazy money. So, you know, they don't go up Ferrari numbers, you know what I mean? But they do go up, you know, so I definitely think, you know, if you have a Gran Turismo or you want to buy a Gran Turismo, it's a car to hold. It's not a car to flip in 5 years, 10 years. It's a car for you to hold, a car for you to pass down. It's an heirloom type of car, like an Aston Martin. You know what I mean? That's another heirloom type of car. Those are cars that you keep, you know, and your grandkids go into the garage and you know, they mess with it or they Google at it if it's in good condition still, you know what I mean, or whatever have you. You take them out for rides in it, you know, but it's a pass down car, you know what I mean? A lot of these cars used to be pass down cars. Some of them now just appreciate so fast that, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, this is a pass down car to me. Aston Martin's a pass down car to me. Unless you're talking about special editions and all of that, you know, super limited numbers, you know, that's where I think it's going. I think 2035 could change it. You know, I definitely do think it will appreciate. But in terms of, you know, getting to that next level where I think most people want it to be, you know, I think you're going to have to allow for some time to pass by. You know, don't buy a Gran Turismo thinking that, you know, I'm going to make some money off of it and flip it. You know, Maseratis depreciate. You know, most Italian cars in the 90s, okay, early 2000s and the 90s, if you paid attention to car markets and you didn't just get into it, most Italian cars depreciate, especially once you put miles on them. Okay, so in early 2000s, late 90s, guys, if you saw what a Countach went for like 70 grand, 80 would have got you a nice Countach. Okay, you could have bought a Countach that needed work for like 50 grand, 60 grand. So, you know what I mean? You can't look at Italian cars like they're just in and out. You know what I mean? Unless you want to car hack it or something like that, you know, I wouldn't look at it that way. You know what I mean? I look at it like, you buy it, you drive it, you enjoy it, and you keep it, and you hold on to it. It's like a watch or something like that, Rolex, or, you know, the tech. Like, you know, most people who buy those kind of watches that can afford them, they don't have to, you know, sell them to get another one. They just buy another one. You know what I mean? So, you know, and they park that one or put it in the box or put it in the garage or whatever have you, and they just have both, or, you know, or however many they want. You know, but it's that kind of car. This is not the kind of car to me where you car hack it, drive it for 2-3 years, and think that you're gonna make some money off of it. I don't see it. You know, it's a long-term stock play. It's not crypto. You know what I mean? So it's not an Aventador. You know what I mean? In terms of value, in terms of how the money moves, the value of it moves. And so keep that in mind. I do think, okay, so the next one is reliability. And let's get into this. This car has been super reliable. Even in my first video, okay, on reliability, there was a light that came on that said traction control, the dampers, electronic, like the dampers, shock absorbers, and parking brake. And they would come on and say that it wasn't working. Now, the light would come on, but it was still working. So I don't know what was throwing the fault, but ever since I made that video on the battery dying on the car, if you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it. That light has not came on ever. And even before that, that light maybe hadn't came on since it was cold, so last winter, right? So the car has been super reliable. It drinks gas, you know what I mean? But it's been super reliable. It, you know, I've been back and forth on the highway with it. I love taking it on the highway. It's definitely a car it's a driver's car. If you drive this car, it'll treat you right. Now, if you leave this car sitting for 3-4 days, you know what I mean, and you start it up, it feels a little rough and cold, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying rough and cold as if it's running, you know, something's wrong with it, but just like you can tell you haven't driven it. Like, you can tell it's not acting like it acts if you drive it consecutively, you know what I mean? So, if you drive it consecutively, if you drive it every 2 days, every 3 days, you know, 4 days, 5 days, I would say put it on a tender. Definitely, you know, I would say put it on a tender, man. You're not doing it every day, you know, just because you don't want to go through the hassle of unplugging it and plugging it. I would say every day even put it on a tender, just to be sure, you know what I mean? And I would, you know, definitely 3, 4, 5 days, put it on a tender, you know what I mean? I don't know how it acts because I kind of drive it every 2 days, just to take it out and just to go for a ride, you know, every 3 days. You know, I'm usually in it, you know, so I haven't tendered the car yet, but the car, you know, has been super reliable, even in, you know, cold weather. It's been reliable. I really don't have anything bad to say. You know, and that is a guy that is coming from a W211, okay, E-Class. Now, if you guys know what a 211 is, the 211 out of all the E-Classes besides maybe a 124 is probably the workhorse. It's the most reliable E-Class that Mercedes has made probably since the W124, okay? And this is what I'm saying. This car is definitely reliable. I have no problems with it. If you drive it, like I said, if you drive it, it'll be good to you. You know what I mean? You be good to it, it's good to you. You know, I try to keep it clean. I try to, you know, treat it as it should be treated, you know. But like I said, guys, I really don't have any complaints in terms of reliability with this car. This car has been great to me. You know, I've done I bought it with 31.9 on it. I'm at 39.1. Wow, I'm at 39.1, 190 miles. 10 miles from 200. Wow. But yeah, so you know, I put a little bit of mileage on it. You know, not overly done, but a little bit. You sorry guys, all the Maserati haters, everybody who said that this car was unreliable and everything like that. I am sorry. They lied. Okay. Definitely been reliable. Definitely would buy it twice. Okay. And this is a guy that was obsessed. I am obsessed with Lambos, okay? Obsessed with Lamborghini. I'm trying to make that the next supercar, to be honest with you, if not a DB9, okay? So I'm obsessed with Lamborghinis. You know, I would buy this Maserati, this Gran Turismo, twice without thinking hard. I would buy it twice. So if you're interested in the Gran Turismo, don't hesitate. Don't listen to everybody on these forums saying that this car is not reliable, or, you know, they don't own the car. Okay, and they don't own it. This is from an owner telling you right now, a 2014 4.7 Sport, this car is reliable, period. I don't want to hear anything else bad about Maserati and their reliable. Man, back in the day, just like every other Italian car, the Diablos used to catch on fire, okay, and everybody knows Ferrari was, you know, they stayed in the shop more than they stay on the road, the 90s Ferrari. So how y'all still hold this reputation of Maserati up, you know, as them being a horrible car maker, but yet you let Lamborghini and Ferrari fly by that? I never understood that, because, okay, the guy that, you know, that really takes care of this car, and he hasn't had to take care of it yet because it's been reliable with the guy that I would bring it to, and the guy that really has fixed a lot of the family's cars. Okay, his shop, he fixes Ferraris. I always used to see Ferraris in there. So you guys can't tell me anything about a Ferrari being reliable. You just got to a Ferrari if you think Ferraris are reliable. You just got to the car game. You just got interested in cars, because Ferraris used to be terrible and they used to stay in the shop. Especially them 348s, them 355s, and Testarossas, all used to stay in the shop. You know what I mean? And they did. The Lamborghinis, the Diablos, they just got reliable with the Murcielago. Just got reliable with the Murcielago. And even with the Murcielago, you go on the Lambo forums, you know what I mean, and you compare the Aventador and the Murcielago. Some people will tell you to stay away from the Murcielago. You know what I mean? So you guys gotta realize now, okay? I'm telling you, the Maserati Gran Turismo, not the most reliable car, but it is a reliable car. Do not listen to what they're saying on them forums from people who do not own this car. Okay? Do not listen to them. I'm telling you. If that was your hang up, the reliability, I'm telling you now. No problems. Little electric gremlins earlier before I had the battery died and reset everything. You know, if that's the case, if you have, you know, and to be honest with you, I haven't had anything, you know, even that, I wasn't sure what that was, because everything was still working when those lights was coming on. The lights were coming on. So I can't even really for sure say what that was. You know what I mean? I just can say after the battery died and everything reset, the car's giving me no problems. It's been, it's really been fun to drive. The only problem that you're gonna have with this car is that you're gonna drive it. You're gonna want to drive this car too much, and then you're gonna see the miles tick up. That's the only problem, because you're gonna sit there like, wow, like, you know, you just put about, you know, X amount of miles on this car, and it's like, you know, wow, like it just counts. It seems like it counts really fast. It's like faster than the average car. The mileage goes up. It seems like, you know, but really, guys, like, if that was your hang-up, if reliability was one of your hang-ups on the Gran Turismo, I'm telling you now, if you get a 13 or better, or I could say a 14 or better, okay, you should not have any problems. And I've heard the 13s are great as well, because they have the same engine as the 14. So if you're looking at a 13, you should be right in the ballpark with us. You know what I mean? Now, the ones that are 12s and under, you guys have cam variator problems. Outside of that, I haven't really heard so many issues with the cars that were treated correctly. You know what I mean? Now, cars that are neglected, just like anything else, it's going to take money and time to get them right. That's in any Italian car. Don't limit that, and don't put that just on Maserati, because that's any car. If you neglect a Lamborghini, okay, you're going to have to spend crazy money to get that car right. If you neglect a Ferrari, same thing. You know what I mean? So don't put that on Maserati. Reliability has been great. It's so great that I was actually, you know, I'm a Benz guy. I just love this car, and I love certain Italian cars. Now I'm actually looking for a Quattroporte V with the ZF automatic transmission. So, you know, the first gen one, that's the one I want. You know, this car, the Gran Turismo, you know, after driving it, this car will most likely be kept in the collection fabric. It's not going anywhere. I don't plan on it going anywhere. You know, completely reliable, no complaints. Love the way it looks. You know, this is what it is. Sorry to all the Maserati haters. Everybody thought this video was going to be horrible, you know, but hey, this is what it is, guys. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. If you guys want to see anything else, or you guys want to, also, so our parts, all our ground effects kit, all of that. I've been busy for the holidays, but for the new year, I'm gonna get that together. I was thinking about putting rims on this car, so we'll see what that comes with. I'm looking at 560s and 500 SECs, Mercedes. So the build for that will be an AMG kit. Hopefully, I can do a wide body kit. I have to see. I know the guy will do, who I'm gonna bring it to. I know he'll do a regular body kit for me. The wide body, I don't know if that's too much work. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's gonna be too much work. I don't know. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see on that, but definitely an AMG kit on that. But we're gonna try to do an AMG tribute C126 wide body. That's the goal. Okay, for the next build. And yeah, guys. So stay tuned. The W211, I'm ordering parts for that as well. That car, in the comment section, put what color we should wrap that car. If we should change it from black, or we should just, you know, do a fresh paint job on the car and keep it black. Put that in the comment section. I'm out. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. All right.